first round of practice for you folks just tuning in or just joining us here at the racetrack. Cobb already going up the racetrack real quick. Goes way up the racetrack. They'll go down the back straightaway. Cobb didn't even pick his foot up going down the back straightaway.
Yeah, these guys, they're really not even taking a second to look at the racetrack with how much work they've done to it. I'd be a little bit timid, a little bit scared going around for the first time, just kind of checking it all out, making sure nothing's too wet. Long day ahead, but Cody Cobb does not worry about that, as we're getting right into it. Already a gap opening up, everyone kind of spaced out.
23 Mission Super Twins. It's going to be very important. This practice session is very key.
Well, this year they took away the first practice, or the second practice session, excuse me, as these guys are full going at it, and man, it's cool to see Dalton up there on that new Aprilia. But like I was saying, we had 2 free practices in the past. This year, we're down to 1 free practice and 2 qualifying sessions. So that's an extra 6 laps off the table for guys that are on new bikes, like Dalton Gaudier on that Aprilia, Davis Fisher on the upgraded KTM, and then Cody Cobb on the XG for the first time in the Twins class. That's a session he doesn't get, as we see Trent Lowe a little bit deeper in the field there.
You can see a little bit of rubbers already starting to go down, especially down there coming off turn number 4. Down here in 1 and 2, it's a little bit wetter, it seems.
It's going to be so important for these suspension guys to be looking at this. You can just see the little bumps going through the corner, really see the bikes. I saw Dallas's bike moving around a little bit underneath him in 1 and 2 as you watch the front suspension. Watch how much it's just moving right there, just continuous little bumps. And when you walk around it, you can kind of see it even from this. There's like little grooves in the race, little kind of ruts, as they kind of look like, not really the best word for it, but right now the track is like that. What will it go on throughout the rest of the night? Not sure, but that's a great picture of it there. I'm going to step out for a second, Scotty. We've got a special guest coming in. I'll let you introduce him, but I will be back, and man, I'm excited. I'm having a good time already.
Go see what's going on the racetrack. That's the Flying Tomato. Colby Carlisle, your 2017 champ, as the checkered flag comes out here in group number 1 of our Mission Super Twins. Checkered flag is out for that first group. It is out here at Chris Raschke Day out here at the Ventura short track. So group 1 is coming to a close right here. Group 2 will be coming up next. And again, they come out according to their point standings, and then they'll get set to go with our second round. Next time we see them, we'll be qualifying. Here is the live action. As you can see, the freestyle landing ramp is in the middle of the racetrack. That is for the thrashed kids. We'll have Kenny Bell. We'll be rocking a microphone for that a little bit later on. And the 14-time X Games medal winner, Tyler Behrman, will be here. And we do have a special guest up here in the booth, and you're going to have to help me with your last name, Alex Fedorsoff.
Yeah.
Did I do all right?
You did it right, man.
So you're the 2025 SMX Futures champion, is that right?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing out here at a flat track?
Man, so my team was like decided, my team got sponsored the race at Butts Creek in like a month or something. And they like asked me if I want to ride like a flat track and stuff, so I kind of got into this stuff, you know.
I heard you did a little testing yesterday.
Yeah, just got first day on the flat track bike, never rode that thing yesterday. So first day yesterday. So
okay. So you're gonna watch today and learn a little bit.
Yeah,
like going to school.
For sure.
Where are you from? I noticed you got a little bit of an accent. Is that Northern California?
So I grew up in Russia, man.
Russia. All right, a little different than California.
Yeah, almost.
Almost the same.
Close.
Super Twins are on the track. This is group number 2. Renshaw's out there on the 95. That's the Royal Enfield. And you got the California kid, 49, Chad Coast. Have you been to an AFT race before?
No.
What do you think so far? It's only group 2 out there.
So I like their engines are really fast. I think we practiced with him yesterday.
Chad Coast, yeah. He was on that bike, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And you were on a 450?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on a 450, yeah.
What did you think? What was your first impression of riding some flat track?
So it was different, you know, when he's like coming to the corner, no rear brake, you know, I'm like, whoa, okay.
A little different, no front brake at all.
Yeah, no front brake, nothing, you know, like you have to steer with the front wheel and everything. So it's like, it's different, but at the end of the day, I started figuring out better.
Okay.
So I started liking it, honestly. It's pretty cool.
And you will be racing at Butts Creek in just about, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks?
It's going to be like May 17th or something.
Okay, that's perfect.
So yeah, we're gonna try it out there. So I think I'll have a little more days on the flat track, so I can figure out maybe a little better. So.
Do you stay out in California when you're not racing motocross and all around the country?
Yeah, I mean, I've been practicing on the East Coast of South Carolina. So sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm here. You know, so like.
And who are you riding for?
I'm riding for MX6 Racing. It's also for Brothers.
Okay.
Team, yeah.
Right on. White flag is out. This is group number 2. Right now, your fastest on the racetrack. Well, we're keeping an eye on the 29. Fastest on the racetrack was in that first group, Briar Bauman from Salinas, California. He's on a Harley Davidson. We got the different colors over here, just like in motocross and supercross, different colors, different brands of motorcycles. As the checkered flag comes out for group number 2, and there's Billy Ross, the 29, the Michigander. He is out there, looks like I'm trying to find him 12th right now, and he's on a Suzuki, so there's not very many Suzukis, just like in motocross. Roxon's on Suzuki, right?
Roxon's going really good right now.
Isn't he?
Roxon is going really good right now. I don't know. I'm hearing it's kind of raining right now in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
so
no rain right now for us.
That's good.
Taking a look at Billy Ross right here, the 29 Suzuki. He's got Mission Foods on his chest, and he's trying to run the low line. There's moisture down there. Just like in motocross, we kind of chase the moisture, and sometimes we get a big-time blue groove, which our tires are a lot different than your motocross tires, but Dunlop tires work the best out here. Man, how beautiful is this? Right here by the beach, and there is the racetrack.
Dude, it's insane. We just went for a walk with my family for like in the ocean and stuff. It was cool.
Did you put your foot in there, or is it too
cold?
No,
I didn't try.
Yeah?
I haven't tried, but it's a little bit overcast today, so it's a little
chilly, right?
A little chilly.
Yeah, when we think of California, you think of the sun being out, and it's not happening right now. But now coming onto the racetrack is the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. These are all ladies on Royal Enfield motorcycles, so it's a lot different. It's a newer class. They've had it around about the last 5 years, but these ladies get to build the bikes they want them, and at the end of it, it's a two-year program. At the end, they get to keep their motorcycles.
Oh, really?
It's really cool, right?
Yeah.
So it's a women's class only. It's the Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program. The 5 is Emma Gotch. The 13 is Julia Hess. 113 is Maticela Rodriguez. The 23 is Kristen Rodriguez, a couple of California riders. 72 out there, that is Lozano. Sammy Weiss on the 19, making sure the lights work. And you can see the Christmas tree over here. That's how we start. So they go up, 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 and now they make sure the lights are working. And now Raymond Rizzo will step out of the way. This is a good chance to get a practice start. It's a little bit different than when you do motocross. We get one practice start. This is it right here.
Okay. But when they start the race, they start from the light or from the
light. Yep.
Okay,
and so there's a red on the bottom, 2 yellows, and when that thing goes green, that's when you can go.
Okay.
And there's laser beams across those rows too. If you cross that beam, the light won't change. So that means they're going to put you on the penalty line.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you have to keep an eye on that too, because that'll be new for you.
Yeah, for sure. It's different rules, you know.
Absolutely.
You have to learn it.
That's Kristen Rodriguez, the 23 right there. She's from California. There's a battle going on behind her. Here comes the 39. That's Hannah Brewer. Brewer goes up the inside, making a pass. You can see how they, some of them use different colored wheels. They got different colored leathers. It's just their choice. They can do what they want.
Okay.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's a really neat class.
Yeah, that's cool they let it do that.
How long have you been racing motocross?
So I've been riding since I'm 3 years old.
And how old are you now?
I'm 19.
19. So you've been doing it for a long time. When did you come to the United States and start living over here?
So I was born here.
Okay.
Grew up in Russia.
Yeah.
And then I got here 4 years ago when I was 15.
All right.
Got here, started riding motocross and just getting better, and then started learning supercross. Slowly getting better. Won the Futures last year, which is really good for me.
What number do you ride?
I'm 85 right now.
You think you know what flat track number you'll be, or haven't figured that out yet? All right. We'll watch for you. How's that?
Yeah, I think they're saying if I can keep 85, they'll keep 85.
Okay.
But if not, we'll probably pick some other number.
So will you ride in the amateur class and try to race your way in on Friday? You're not sure yet, huh?
Man, I'm not sure on the side. I'm just...
Well, just get as many laps as you can in before then, right?
Yeah, I'm just new to this whole,
That's okay. You got to start somewhere. I love that you're interested in doing that. It's awesome.
No, I want to try as many sports as I can.
Absolutely. When you're on a motorcycle, that's the best feeling ever.
That's awesome, man.
Do you ride on the street at all?
Yeah.
That's
I have
good.
a street bike, yeah.
Cool. I like those leathers. They're red and white on that 17 bike. That is Reinhold. Reinhold is up to, let's see, she is currently in the 7th quick spot. Doesn't look like the time and scoring is working up there. We'll watch the side of our screen right now, just like they're watching at home all around the world.
What's the engine?
These are INT 650 street bike motorcycles, and they've converted them into flat track bikes. So they get one practice session. All the ladies will make it into one heat race, and they'll have one main event a little bit later on. So those are all 650s. They're a little bit heavy, but it's just a learning program. It's a learning class for those ladies in the Royal Enfield Build Train Race program. Up next, we will have, it looks like I believe our kicker AFT singles class is next. We have 20 riders. They've split them into 3 groups, and they're already rolling onto the racetrack right now. The number 1 is our last year's champion, just like you guys doing motocross and supercross. 21, number 1 is Tom Drain. He's from Australia. 21 is Trevor Bruner from Indiana. 88 is Chase Sadoff from Illinois. 91 is Justin Jones from New York. 83, Braden Fanders from Pennsylvania. The 28 won it here last year in his first ever race, his first pro race. That's Cage Tadman. And the 113 is a rookie. That's Jack Brooks from Wisconsin. Lots of fast guys.
This is singles. It's what, 450?
Yes,
450.
Yeah, single cylinder motorcycles is what they. So they're all on 450s, and they tune them up to go flat track. And they're basically a motocross bike. You lower them down, put different wheels and tires on them, different exhaust pipes usually, and tune them up a little bit, and then they go flat track racing. So
basically what we did yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same thing. So I think there are some other guys practicing out there too. It looked like Chad Coast was on the 49 bike, and I believe Jeffrey Carver was out there.
Yeah, I think that's that team. What do you say? What's his name? Coast?
Chad Coast. He's on the Parker Racing team.
Yeah, they're with there.
Okay.
Like all of them.
Sure.
I don't know their names. You know.
Oh yeah, you're new. Yeah, it's okay.
It's hard to remember.
A lot of people watching right now are new too. So it's cool to have somebody in the seat that's just learning, just like you are. That's our defending champion. This is his closest racetrack to home. He's from Australia, so it's the closest track from Australia. It's his home track, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
There's Justin Jones. He's from New York, and he's been having a great season. A little bit bigger guy, which means he can get a little bit better traction. It's really good on the short tracks. You know, some of our racers are smaller in stature, but he's a little bit bigger. But man, he gets that thing hooked up.
Yeah.
They slide around a lot on the seat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday, I was kind of like, you know, stuck in one position, and they're like, you know, you have to move out and have traction and stuff.
You slide your weight over the rear wheel to get traction, and when you go in the corners, you slide up on the tank, you know, the gas tank. Yeah, it's a whole different animal. And again, running out there with no front brake, it's very different, huh?
It is. It is. I was just, you know, praying and coming to the corner, you know?
Yeah. Alex Federsov up here in the booth with me. The 21 won the last round we were at in Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. It's called a track called Sonoy. Jared Lowe is quick time right now, the 63 at 1:5.800 is the fast time so far as we're about to close this first practice session. Here comes the 21. That's Bruner, who we're just talking about. Trying to work his way up there. Checkered flag comes out. Drain is in second. Santero is third. Sadoff on that last lap throws a cinder, a 1:6.067. A fun note on Chase Sadoff, the 88 bike. We've been out here 3 years before. He's led in every single main event, but hasn't won out here yet. Well, do you like it up here? You want to be out on the outside, or what do you think so far?
I like it,
yeah?
man.
You're learning?
Yeah. I'm just watching, learning how they ride, you know?
Yeah.
It looks like the singles can turn a little bit sharper than the what's it?
The twins? The Super Twins, yep. And they're lighter weight, less horsepower, but they can get the bike turned quicker.
Yeah, definitely more like easier to like throwing around, you know?
Sure. Group 2 is going to be up next in our kicker AFT singles class. They're going to roll out here in just a second. They'll come out to that starting line, do a little practice start, and then we'll turn them loose. This is our only practice session. The next time they come out will be qualifying. It's probably similar to what you do in Supercross, right?
Yeah, this year they only changed it. This year we're on the Supercross, we come out straight to the qualifying.
Oh.
They cut off the practice.
No practice.
No practice this year. They will go straight to qualifying.
How hard, what I'm so impressed with you guys is you go out there the very first lap, you're hitting the triple. Yeah. Like, you got to go for it.
We have to.
You're crazy.
We have to.
You're crazy.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little hesitation.
That is Walker Porter, the Alabama Slammer up there. That's one of our bigger teams, the American Honda team. It's the Turner Racing Honda team. He's one of the up-and-comers. That's Walker Porter from Alabama. He's on the number 10. This is group number 2. Looks like my groups are a little bit changed up than what we saw earlier.
So they're trying to catch that blue groove right now?
Yes. So that's where the most traction is. So they got the Dunlop tires on it. He got really sideways right there, but he probably got a little bit too much throttle. But right now they're chasing the blue groove. Okay. It appears like that's where the most traction is at the moment. Later on tonight, though, they might go above the groove or below the groove and try to chase the moisture. Okay. Because there's no berm to lean into. You're just trying to find the traction wherever you can. And they really chop the throttle and throw it into the corner. Looks like behind it might be one of the Yamaha riders. I'm not sure which one that is. There is the 82. That's Travis Petton. He's a California rider. It's good to see him back on his own stuff. He also rides for the Waters Auto Body team out on the East Coast. He's throwing it in really deep.
He's coming in hot.
Yeah, coming in hot down low. Petton on the 82 is up to 8th quick so far.
wanted that traction.
Also, did you wear a steel shoe yesterday on your boot? What was your first feeling about that? What'd you think?
I mean, I'm definitely knowing that I have a steel shoe. I can, like, you know, trust my leg. You know, I can put it on the ground. But like I don't know, first 2 sessions I didn't put my leg on the ground that much because I'm not used to doing that. You know,
right?
Like I was not really like putting it on. But then, like when it started getting like this, like a little slick, so I have to like touch it.
Yep.
No, I was like really big learning day yesterday, like, you know, from like nothing to just kind of start figuring out the flow and stuff.
Good, good. Yeah, they use it, you know, like on a motocross bike, you put your foot all the way up by the front axle because you put the traction on the front wheel.
No, we're putting it all the way, to the handlebar.
Yeah, way out there.
If it's deep ruts, we go all the way up and just like trying to not hit it the ground and stuff because, you don't want to cut it and just twist it out.
So on flat track, you put it more beside you almost, like you stick it out sideways and then you lay the bike over. It's a whole different feeling.
Yeah, it was like, you know, on a motocross or supercross, we're trying to stay with the bike, but there you have to like put the bike down. So it's like
push it down.
It's a different feeling that you have to like get used to.
Well, it's so cool that you're stopping by the booth and also going to hang out and watch. Are you going to hang out with any particular team or just kind of float around today?
Just walk around, talk with Frankie probably, and just I'm with my dad here, so we're just gonna watch because I never watched the flat track racing honestly, and I just want to see how it's look compared, like, you know, the practice or how they even like make the
race,
the passes and how they start, because it's just different, you know.
It definitely is,
because like it's just different sports. And
this is the road to the AFT class. These guys raced here yesterday, made the main event, so that got them to qualify into today's race. I think this might be what you're doing in a couple weeks at Budds Creek. Maybe not. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do, but these are some of the fastest amateurs from across the country, and they're coming out here to race with us today. So it's the Pro Sport 450 class. Is that what he's racing in a couple of weeks? All right, so this could be your class right here.
Okay.
All right, so that's
my class.
This is your class. You better watch hard.
So this is like a futures,
Yes, exactly. Okay. So that's the 450s. They're stock 450s. You know, as far as the motor goes, they're trying to keep the cost down. But that's a new rider right there. They got a ride this week. That's for the Turner Honda team. That's Adam Costin Wood, and he qualified in last night. Behind him is the 84 Braxton Reagan. So I think it's 14 to 21 years of age are the riders.
Okay.
So it's just to get their feet wet. It's, you know, it's a good experience to race on a national track. Yeah. Just kind of like the futures are for Supercross.
I think it sounds really like a futures race because we're like the same. It's like 14 to 20, or not 15 to 20.
Okay.
Racing.
Very similar.
Oh, the pro track and stuff. Yeah.
Yep. That's Costin Wood right there. Colton Schaefer, the 45. Costin Wood's actually the fast time so far. That's who we got the camera on. So they found the fast guy.
Yeah. Now he got moved out.
Oh, yeah. Bane Nance from Colorado goes up to the top spot, the 313.
Got a 10th.
Yeah, a 10th of a second, yeah. Really throwing it in the corner. Ryder Bitze, the 14, won everything yesterday. He's currently 10th quick right now.
Really?
So I don't know if he made changes to the motorcycle, if they're trying something, or he's just a little bit off right now.
Yeah, track is a little slippery.
Very slippery. You got to be, you know, throttle control. You can't just grab a handful. You got to just really roll it on. There's 84 of Braxton Reagan, Southern Illinois rider. Paige Keck is out there. She's a female racer. She won the women's class yesterday, and she qualified for today's race. White flag is out.
How many you have to qualify from? Like, how many people have to qualify from?
Yesterday, there's a bunch of them in that class. I think there's 3 groups. I didn't stick around for the whole night, but 3 groups, and only the fastest 12 made the main event last night, and those 12 got to race here today.
Okay.
Looks like we have one of them missing. Maybe didn't want to stick around for today's race. Probably had to get back home, but Bane Nance, quick time right now, 16.286. That was our Pro Sport 450 class. Like you say, the futures, the futures. Man, I'm enjoying you stopping by the booth. It's good to talk to you. I can't wait to see you at Budds Creek in a couple of weeks.
For sure, man. I appreciate you having me.
What kind of bike are you going to be riding?
I think Cowie 450.
Okay, Cowie 450. That's what you ride right now in the futures?
Yeah. I mean, no, in Supercross, I was supposed to race pro Supercross this year, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got hurt before like on the, broke my radius.
Uh-oh, a little bit of scar tissue, right?
Yeah, so.
All right, so you're on the mend right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of just coming back on the bike like a month ago. I just got back on the bike. I was like 4 months off the bike.
Well, Alex Federsov.
Yep.
Did I get it right?
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for stopping by the booth, man.
No
I appreciate
problem.
it. Have some fun out there. You can see Cody Cops out there checking out the racetrack. I can't wait to see it, Butts Creek. And, man, it's so cool to meet you and talk to you in person.
Thank you very much.
All right. That is Alex Federsov. He's going to step out of here right now, and it looks like the water truck's coming out. And I believe I might have saw some freestyle motocrossers working their way out there, too. They've had to change their takeoff and landing. That's the Thrash Kids, and hopefully they'll get some jumps here pretty soon. But we're having fun out here at Ventura. It's the Memphis Shades Ventura Short Track presented by 805 Beer. While we take a quick break, we'll come back in just a little bit. The next time we see the flat trackers on the racetrack, it'll be time for some qualifying action. The Thrash Kids are here. If you're here with us, it's the Ventura Short Track. Memphis Shades Ventura Short Track presented by 805 Beer. We'll be back in just a few moments.
Back on Track, a Rookies of 79 501c3 charity, was established in 2009 by former racers to help injured racers get back on the racetrack or the track of life. Assistance is provided to injured racers through our posted schedule of benefits and special fundraising programs, where 100% of your donation goes directly to ease the financial burden from an injury sustained on the racetrack. Check us out on the web at backontrack.com and donate today. Every donation is tax deductible and will make a difference in an injured racer's life.
Make your mark with Memphis Shades, designed by riders, for riders, and handcrafted in the heart of Tennessee. From raw materials to the open road, our windshields and fairings deliver the quality, protection, and comfort every rider deserves. Whether it's cross-country or weekend rides, Memphis Shades lets you ride longer, look better, and enjoy every mile. Visit memphisshades.com/AFT to check out our full lineup and upgrade your ride today. Memphis Shades, style that works.
From quick jobs to major projects, getting rentals right takes more than machines. It takes know-how to show up right on every job site, service that keeps equipment at its peak, and local dealers who keep projects moving forward. We're here to deliver everything you need to get the job done right, and so much more. Cat Rentals. More when you need it most.
We're going full throttle with Mission Foods. There's no holding back American flat track when you combine the fiercest dirt track riders and tastiest products. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you be race ready with easy to make recipes that will take your race day to the finish line. Keep your racing delicious and enjoy all the mouth-watering action. Brought to you by Mission Foods. Too fast, too tasty.
Gotta have a lucky charm when you ride, right? Makes you feel safe and protected out there.
That's why I never leave home without a photo of the little ones.
Bracelet from my husband.
Oh. Lucky rabbit's foot.
Lucky rabbit named Swoot. It's Swedish.
That's a whole rabbit.
Named Swoot.
Well, there's really no need for a lucky charm when you ride.
Not when America's #1 motorcycle insurance got your back.
We're just gonna ignore the fact that Carl has a rabbit.
Named Swoot.
Sugarlands is proud to serve as the official moonshine of Progressive American Flat Track. Sugarlands handcrafts award-winning moonshine, sippin' creams, vodka, whiskey, and more inspired by the traditions of their home in the Great Smoky Mountains. Discover more at sugarlands.com. For over a decade, Dunlop has supported all Progressive American Flat Track classes with their elite flat track tires. Designed for pro and amateur riders alike, Dunlop's DT4 has an aggressive tread pattern, is available in multiple compounds, and can be run tubeless for greater overall performance. Dunlop, the official tire of Progressive American Flat Track. Win every race with VP Racing. Designed specifically for moto and power sports applications, VP's wide line of race fuels, lubricants, coolants, and additives give you the power and performance you need to win every lap and every race. Check out their championship-winning products today at vpracingfuels.com.
Let's talk about beer. The kind you earn from long days, honest work, and stories that get better every time they're told. While some chase followers, we chase cattle, waves, purpose, and good trouble. Trend-proof, time-tested, ice-cold. Because beer never goes out of style. And the people who drink it don't either. Long live cold beer.
Back on Track, a Rookies of 79 501c3 charity, was established in 2009 by former racers to help injured racers get back on the racetrack or the track of life. Assistance is provided to injured racers through our posted schedule of benefits and special fundraising programs, where 100% of your donation goes directly to ease the financial burden from an injury sustained on the racetrack. Check us out on the web at backontrack.com and donate today. Every donation is tax deductible and will make a difference in an injured racer's life.
And welcome back to the Memphis Shades Ventura Short Track presented by 805 Beer. Freestyle motocrossers out there getting a little practice in for a little bit later on. That's the Thrash kids. Tyler Behrman is out there. He's a 14-time X Games medalist, including 2 gold medals. So every time they do some fun stuff there, they go flying over the big ramp, going about 75 feet in the air. Throwing some sick whips and having some fun. Colby, you said you're gonna go out there and give it a shot. Is that why you went outside earlier?
You need an announcer?
Yeah.
I'd be gone.
What, you don't want to do it?
No, I'm saving it for you. But, man, that was a good interview you had there with
Alex.
I remember watching him last year. Dang, that's impressive. I remember watching him last year at the Futures.
Mm-hmm. And he was on a different team than he's on right now, but it was cool for him to stop by. He's going to try some flat track at Budge Creek.
I know. He's going to the fastest one we're going to go to, I believe.
There's a backflip right there. I think that might be Behrman. It's hard to tell who we got. That's a 0.29 on his back. Behrman is a little bit different. This Behrman right here. Look at that whip. I got to actually call the action with Kenny Bell, who's going to be out there calling the action with us in a little bit. Is that electric bike?
It's a Stark.
It is a Stark Varg. That's cool. Look at that whip. Man. You don't want to try that, Colby? You think they probably just let you ride the bike?
When we would go to the motocross track when we're training in the wintertime, I was the slowest of all the professional flat track guys.
Okay, so you don't want to try
I'm the least qualified of all of us to go and do this.
That's Tyler Behrman right there, the 653. Dude, I was just telling you about the video I watched on YouTube when he's going from the land into the water onto some floating docks. Man, that is sick.
Really nice guy, too. Came over and introduced himself. And have you ever chatted with him before?
Yeah, I actually called the action for him at the X Games before, and we actually got to hang out a little bit. He is a very cool dude, and Kenny Bell is out there, and Kenny was actually my color commentator when I did the X Games up in Minneapolis. I think I was there a couple years, but he was my color commentator for at least 1 year up there. They're all cool, man. They have a lot of fun. They're fighting that wind. They moved the ramp over a couple different times just to see which way. That's Kenny Bell right there talking to the crowd. Looks like Evans is out there on that number 71 bike. You see, it is windy out here.
I know. The wind is going. I was able to go and talk to a few of our riders. I went over and talked to Davis and Ben Lau and them in the track. They're saying it's pretty good. It's a little inconsistent right now. There's spots where you'll go from a wetter spot to a drier spot. And honestly, we see that so often here in the qualifying sessions during the day. It's so hard to be able to treat the dirt while the sun's out, and especially with all this wind blowing. So the track's going to get better as the night goes on. But I saw it. Jared Lowe, was he our fast?
But it was
fast
weird.
Time?
It was weird. I had him in Group 2, but he was out there fastest in the first group. So this might be incorrect. But yeah, he was fast. He was flying.
He had 2/10 on second place, if that's correct.
If that was correct, our times up here started working there at the end, but they got things figured out.
Maybe we can go back and see.
So yeah,
let's take a peek at it.
Which one you're looking at? You want to look at the singles?
I'd like to look at the twins. I have no idea who's faster there.
All right, we'll go best lap times for the twins. Look at that, Briar Bauman. He's won here twice, right? Once on a KTM, once on a Harley.
That is the top 4 in our order. We're the top 5 on the racetrack. Is Dalton Gautier's right there in 4th, and he was out there with that top group. So man, that is very cool to see him.
Nice turn down whip right there by that Stark Vard.
Another guy I was watching when you kicked me out of the booth, I went over and I was watching Bronson. Bronson was going very good too, currently sitting there in 7th. I believe that's the fastest rider out of the second group. Yeah, that's going to be the fastest guy coming out of that second group. But 2 Harleys, 1st and 2nd right now.
And, you know, the Harley won here last year.
Briar Bauman's won here twice, Harley and KTM.
KTM first, Harley last year. Let's take a look at these singles practice groups, best times, see what we got here. Uh-oh, it didn't work. We'll have to guess.
We'll circle back. I'm gonna give it to Jared Lowe unofficially.
Yeah, that's what I thought was quick earlier as well. Bay Nance was quickest in the futures class, kind of the futures class, pro sport class.
It's pro sport, yeah.
Road to AFT. That was a cool whip right there. Yep, this is some freestyle motocross stuff. Hopefully we can get to hear Kenny Bell's microphone a little bit later on. They're out here having some fun, entertaining the crowd while they work on the racetrack. Looks like they're putting some more moisture outside of turn number 1 and 2. Try to keep as much moisture in the racetrack as possible. This was the thrashed kids on the track.
You guys start seeing some rubber going down?
I think we will. It was going down pretty quickly, I think, in the last couple of groups. It's hard. I mean, the sun hasn't been out that much here today, but the wind is drying out the racetrack. It's hard to fight that wind. You can't do nothing to that, right?
Yeah, and they've been doing a lot of different things, and we talked about it off the top there, just how many different variations of Ventura we've seen over the years. Just so much. You know, there's times where they'll bring in that DG, that decomposed granite, and it'll be a loose surface. And then last year we saw it rained so much, and it was kind of a little bit rough in a ways, which I like when it gets like that because it allows riders to make mistakes, and then there's so many more passing opportunities. And here today, you'll see a little bit of those chatter bumps like I talked about when I was watching Dallas's front end going into the corner. But so far, the word from the pits is the track, you know, it's shaping up. It's a little bit inconsistent in spots, and we're going to see how it goes throughout the night. But with the wind, that is going to be a challenge as they're out there putting down water right now.
And they've pushed the inside of the racetrack up higher, which will hopefully create some more passing lanes a little bit higher up and using that banking.
When you used to ride way back in the day, like 1920s.
When everything was black and white?
Yeah. Would you, the first lap after they watered, would you go out and just go full stick?
Nope,
or were you
absolutely
cautious? I was so cautious, yeah.
No, I'd let somebody else go out there and crash.
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe Cop, man, he just went out there like nothing.
And
first
just sent it.
Yeah,
sent it.
That's confidence.
I would wait. You know, when I first started, I'd try to be the first guy out there. I didn't want anybody else behind me or anybody else in front of me. But as I got older and maybe smarter, I would wait and let a few guys go out so I could see what the track was doing and then, you know, judge off of the riders that were just in front of me. You know, like right now they're supposed to go out in their groups, but, you know, sometimes they get out there and go a little bit quickly. But we are going to take another quick break, and we come back. Qualifying round number 1 is up next here from Ventura. Welcome back to the Memphis Shades Ventura Short Track presented by 805 Beer. It's qualifying time. Mission Super Twins on the racetrack, Colby.
Here we go. Finally, we're going to get some times from these guys. Cody Cobb, unofficially quickest as he gets a handful. And see, that's what I'm talking about with the inconsistencies that some of these riders are feeling. You'll have spots that are a little bit wet like that, and they'll grab the front wheel, pull it up. You'll get a bunch of traction out of nowhere. As Cody Cobb working that front end a little bit as he gets loose there. Moving up back to the blue groove.
Oh,
man, yeah.
kind of struggling with the front end right there, going into that corner. Yeah. Down the back straightaway, so that's a slick spot going into one. That's Cody Kopp. He is our points leader coming in. He's won 2 times so far this season.
It's hard to tell, too, because he looks like he's using so much front-end English with that, like really trying to turn the front end under to help slow him down. But the one time going into, the first time we saw it going into one there, that was a mistake. But right here over 3 and 4, it looks like he's trying to use it. Maybe we'll get a better look at Daniels now, see how his front end's acting with the track. It's got to be starting to dry up as all these guys I'm imagining are kind of riding around the same spots on the track.
That's Dallas Daniels right there on the one, our defending champion. He's won here before. He's on the Estenson Racing Yamaha. He's got a 1.5.765. Currently second. It is Briar Bauman, the 2-time Ventura Short Track winner, at the top spot. Now Cody Kopp goes up to second on the 12 bike. There goes Briar on the 3. Really went deep in there in that turn number 1.
Well, if you watch last lap through 3 and 4 over here, Dallas Daniels riding on the groove, he was spun up the whole way through, so there's no grip. I love what Briar's doing right there. That's exactly what I would try to do. Is Dallas was just completely hung out sideways going through 3 and 4 on the blue groove. Briar up in that darker brown stuff. The darker brown means there's moisture in it. The blue groove, all the moisture's already evaporated. They burnt it off with Briar right there, just bumping up against that brown stuff. And that's why Briar Bauman's the fastest guy on the track. But Davis Fisher catching up to the backside of Briar and also in second place right now. Davis, he showed me he got a little bit of a cut on his hand from the free practice.
Rock chip, yeah.
Pretty big little cut there. So
Briar goes to the top spot on the 3 bike here in qualifying round 1. There's another group to go. He's going to stop and sneak in a little practice start right there.
He's looking at, so when we saw Cody Kopp losing the front end, that's what Briar was just checking out there, that it's wet, and he kind of elected to show Steve Moorhead that. Moorhead will return that back.
Here is Kopp when he goes into 1. Look at his
white
toe
right here.
Tipping.
He's gonna tuck his front. Yeah.
Ooh, man, his left leg went way out there. Good thing he's got long legs.
Yeah, he lost all traction. Man, that's a scary incident. I've had that happen before, Scotty, and my knee pops out of the socket.
Really?
Because yeah, you put you have to put so much pressure down because the front end wants to tuck, so you put so much weight on your leg to keep the bike upright. And I mean, that's kind of what Cody Kopp did there. He just, we're going to go into 3 and 4 and cut away from that, but it's tricky. That's why these are the best in the world.
Group 2 is on the racetrack. Mission Super Twins. It's qualifying round number 1. That is Evan Wrench on the 95. Royal Enfield. Also out there is the 70 of Bender, the 49 Chad Coast, the 29 Billy Ross, and the only Suzuki in this class. 16 Jacob Lehman, 57 Ian Wolf on another Honda out there. Ryan Heights on the 35 KTM. 37 is Bronson Bauman, 27 Wyatt Vaughn, 47 is Michael Hill, and the 13 Morgan Mitchell on that second Aprilia.
These guys are really searching around right now, trying to see where the fast line is. And it's tough here because when you're in the staging line, you can't see what the guys in front of you do. You have no line of sight at the racetrack, where at a lot of these racetracks, we'll be able to kind of watch or at least walk up. And here it's a lot more difficult. You might be able to see a lap or two, but it's nice as a rider to be able to see what the group ahead of you does, especially for these Group 2 riders, because traditionally the Group 1 riders are a little bit faster, so they know where the fast lines are. But all these riders searching around right now as we get a shot of Billy Ross out here.
On that Suzuki, number 29, the Michigan rider. He's up there to the 16th spot here in qualifying. Right behind him is the 37 of Bronson Bauman, the younger of the Bauman brothers from Salinas, California, now lives in Illinois.
Bauman, he's done a lot of laps here being one of the California riders. Has been able to come here throughout the years doing some of the outlaw events when he was younger. Was the fastest of this grouping earlier on, but right now it's going to be Chad Coast, the fastest rider on the racetrack.
23 Mission Super Twins out here today, and only the fastest 16 and possibly 17 will qualify into the main event here today if somebody uses that provision. Anything stick out to you in that second group?
It's just interesting. I'm surprised Bronson didn't try to move up a little bit. He really stuck to the groove, and just, I don't think there's much grip right now in the groove. So I think what I really liked was what Briar was doing. He wasn't diamonding anything off. He was just rolling through the corners, but rolling up 3 foot from where everyone else was, and that's where the grip was. I think the corner speed and the actual momentum that he was carrying was so good.
Up next, it's the Royal Enfield Build, Train, Race program. And this is their first round of qualifying. The next time they'll be out will be their second round of qualifying. They'll have a heat race and a main event during the show a little bit later on. The ladies rolling onto the racetrack. We sat with Mallory McGill yesterday watching the Corey Texter race and enjoyed her company yesterday. She was here with the Lords of Dirt folks that are here.
Better, yeah, improving.
Yeah.
It's cool to see this first year to the second year transition that these women are able to make. Just so much learning from that first year. The speeds are always getting better each and every time. And we've had about a 5-week break, I believe 5-week break since Sonoy, excuse me. Now we're going to see who's been able to do some riding in that time.
And it's interesting too because these bikes are heavy, probably heavier than anything they've ever raced before.
Yeah, I mean, they might be heavier than the bikes I've raced.
Yeah, very true, because they're INT 650 Royal Enfields. There's a 17 on the screen. That is Reinhold.
All of them starting to learn the track, looking for the smoothest, fastest way to get around. These bikes will all have a little bit better grip than those Mission Super Twins that we just saw. Just not as much power between the motorcycles like the bike that Evan Renshaw was on. It's a really beefed up Royal Enfield, very fast, so competitive. It's cool to see the progression of that bike from early on with Johnny and now all the way to Evan Renshaw. And man, I remember racing against that thing at Springfield Mile, and I could not believe how fast they were able to get that motorcycle to compete as an air-cooled engine.
Yeah, that's the 555 of Shipman, Giovannina. Mallory McGill's up there in the 6th spot. Shipman is currently 8th out of the 10 bikes there on the racetrack. Julia Hess at the top spot, the 13. Emma Gotch, the South Dakota rider, sitting 2nd. Then you got the Rodriguez's, one with a Z and one with an S, 3rd and 4th. No relation. Obviously, their last names are spelled different. Shipman got a little sideways going into turn number 1 right there. Went up the racetrack just a little bit.
I asked Maya Sella in Daytona where the starts went because she was so good at hole shots the first season that we watched her.
What'd she say?
I don't know.
She couldn't figure it out.
Didn't want to tell me the secrets.
Oh, all right.
She had her competition around, so keeping it close to the vest.
Checkered flag is out for the 13 of Julia Hess. Looks like Shipman stays on the gas. She wants to get one more lap in, and I don't blame her.
And Julia Hess is a pretty commanding lead right now, 4/10 over Emma Gotch in 2nd.
And they're just getting familiar with the racetrack. You know, it's been a little while since they've been on the race bikes. One more coming around. Here she comes. Big P throws the checkered flag. That was our Royal Enfield Build Train race program. Welcome to all you fans out here. Don't forget, get your raffle tickets. We're doing a brand new Arai helmet and a Core-Tech race gear. It's a riding gear.
Who looked fast in the singles? I was out there. You kicked me out yet again.
Justin Jones looked pretty good.
He
Sadoff sent it right there at the end. Of course, you know, you can't ever count out the one of Drain. I'm trying to think of who else was fast up there. Bruner was up there. Sadoff went up to about 2nd or 3rd on that last lap.
He was sitting there before practice started talking, getting some talks with Jared Meese, the champ, the 10-time here, helping out that First Impressions racing team and kind of giving him some coaching. And after Sonoy, you know, that was one of the things that they were talking about. Just Jared Meese was able to relay some stuff to Chase Sadoff to try to implement into his riding that could have made a change in that race, but trying to now implement it into the future.
Group number 1, kicker AFT singles on the racetrack. This is qualifying round 1. Every lap counts. The fastest lap out of this round or next round will get you qualified into a heat race. There are 20 riders in our singles class. Only 16 will qualify for the main event unless some use provisional. Then we'll have 17 of them. Look at Sadoff goes way up above the groove in turns 1 and 2. Jones is right behind him on the 91 bike.
Justin Jones is going to be good here today. He's going to be able to help try and find some good grip, and I like the momentum that he's been able to carry in. I mean, he's having probably one of the best seasons he's ever had. He's had wins before at Daytona, podiums, Peoria, TT. He's a very good rider, but I just think this season's kind of all coming together with that grouping of the fairway, different dealerships that they've got.
Jared Lowe still showing us the fast time, 1:05.947, but I have him in the 2nd group, so he might have snuck out there. They might have switched up the groups or something.
Let's keep it down low. Hey, so I was over there talking to Jared Lowe before this started, and I go, man, I just feel sleepiness in the air because I'm a little tired. The weather's kind of cold here. It's a little bit cloudy, and Jared Lowe goes, I feel winning in the air.
Jared Lowe said that?
That's the only thing he said to me.
Was that when we were pulling out of the parking lot yesterday?
No,
or was that today?
Just today,
All
just
right.
like 30 minutes ago. So that, I mean, good on him to be fast in practice, now fast in qualifying. Confidence.
Looking for his first ever AFT singles win.
Jones a little bit deeper than I would expect him to be, sitting back there in 9th right now, and Sadoff trying to hold him off. Sadoff's, his time's good right now, but he's kind of been all over the racetrack. But Jared Lowe out front, Trevor Bruner, obviously our winner from the last race. We talked to him earlier. He's having a good time out here in California. Had Jeremiah Duffy fly in. He said he had to pick him up last night at 1:30 in the morning. He's sitting in the cell phone not sleeping while his mechanic flew in, so there's a little bit of commitment. Hopefully he got a nap in.
Hopefully so. Jared Lowe at the top spot, the 63 bike, 15.947. What I'm thinking is they split up into 2 groups. It was originally 3 groups is what I'm thinking happened.
I think so.
All right. There's Sadoff on the 88. First impressions, Husqvarna gets it really sideways and picking up that left foot and gets it really sideways, hits a little bump. And, man, how hard is it to leave the throttle on, Colby, when you're doing that?
These guys, it's not as bad. I mean, here it's a little bit tougher because the walls are so close, and when you do wheelie like that, it always wants to go towards the right. So it depends how close you are at that point, but that's something that these guys are going to have to deal with, and that's one of the best passing opportunities we can have, because when you do wheelie up like that, you're probably going to have to roll out of it at least a little bit. That gives you the opportunity, if you're the following rider, to try to squirt up the inside, or at least be able to show them the front wheel to get them to move high.
Group 2 set to roll onto the racetrack. Originally we had it in 3 groups. There's 20 bikes. I believe we went into 2 groups. They said wait 2 minutes. So there's the 227. James R. Nyes. His uncle used to be national number 27. There's the 31 Evan Kelleher. Ran into him at Buc-ee's on the way up north. He was coming here. How weird is that? How random is that?
It's not like this is a small country or anything.
Yeah, he's from Massachusetts. You can see Steve Beatty over there talking to Walker Porter on that number 10 bike. Beatty is a former number 26, was very fast, the Canadian rider. 82, Travis Pettin.
New bike this year on the Yamaha, where he's been on the KTM for so many years, as long as I've seen him in the professional ranks.
And he'll be riding at the Waters Auto Body KTM a couple of times out east, he said, but he's riding his own bikes out here on the West Coast.
And we've seen such great performances out of Pettin, specifically here at Ventura, being one of the California riders. We've seen him really show the capabilities that he's got. Will the Yamaha be the bike that he needs? But this is a very different Ventura than the tracks that we remember him being so fast on.
Absolutely. There goes the 93 of Kmart. Here comes Walker Porter to lead him out. The 10, the Alabama Slammo will lead out group number 2 of our Kicker AFT Singles. Round 1 of qualifying, going way up the racetrack up at 2. And there's a lot of rubber down already, Colby.
Yeah, not a lot of these riders. I'm really interested to see as, like Briar Baum, we saw him above the groove, and I liked that line choice because there's moisture up there. But we're so much deeper into the sessions now. We've had 2 groups of Super Twins, 1 group of BTR, and then now we're on our final group on this track before the AFT Pro Sport class. So who's going to elect to go up the track? And is there actually moisture there, or is it just a little bit browner because they haven't ridden up there as much, no rubber?
I think there's moisture up there. I think it's a lot further around for the singles riders to go up there and chase it, but I think the twins will be up there definitely hunting for that moisture.
Ooh. And then at this point now, Scotty, that so many people have been riding around on the groove, it's going to have a little layer of dust just above, and that can make the bike slide out. It's not an easy settling feeling for you as a rider. I never liked hitting that dust at all. I always kind of stood the bikes up.
Growing up in Oklahoma, Colby, I would rather be on the groove than in the different material. What about you growing up in New York?
It just, yeah, no, I want to be on the groove, but it's just so different, right? And that's something that sets these riders apart, is the riders that can actually tell what the groove's doing. Is it faster? Is it slower? Because you know it, every groove feels differently on a motorcycle. You'll have grooves like at Daytona. You could have a lockdown blue groove, and it's amazing. And then the next day, like we saw with the amateur riders the night before on Wednesday, that groove, you could go wide open and the bike was just going to drive forward. Where we got there for the pro racing, if you would have gone wide open, there's a chance you spin around backwards, and the track would have looked the same.
Looked identical, yeah, exactly. There's the 31 Evan Kelleher all the way from Massachusetts.
It's just something that the top riders, like we've seen Dallas Daniels, being able to adjust your line throughout the race. And that's where we saw Chase Sadoff wasn't able to do that at Sonoy. He saw those other riders in front of him riding about 4 feet lower. And that was the difference, in my opinion, between being able to fight for that win and fighting for that final podium spot.
When you go back to the pits, Colby, do you look at every single lap time just to see can you remember where you're running on each particular lap?
Well, you'll have your crew, and a lot of these guys have data now, and they have data loggers, so you can hook your bike up to your computer, and it'll show you an actual GPS of which lap was where to a little bit. I mean, it's not exactly perfect, but it is pretty good. The thing is, though, is usually I didn't look at every lap, kind of looked at the best and tried to see, and then if I was doing well, I'd at least look at the second best to make sure it wasn't just a one-off.
Sure. Up next is the 450 AFT Pro Sport class. These riders raced their way in by how they finished last night. The fastest 12 get to race with us today. And in the first round, there was only 11. So there's either 12 bikes out there, one without a transponder, or only 11 stuck around to race here today. These are the up-and-comers. And Adam Costonwood on the 88 got the news, and they released it earlier this week that he'd be riding on the Turner Racing Honda team. How exciting for that young man is that?
It's really cool to have a big backing, especially as an amateur rider. It's Evan Keller. I was hoping we were going to show this. Evan Keller gives us a little stunt show. Maybe he should be out there doing the freestyle with the rest of the guys. Look at that.
I guess he's feeling it tonight.
I'll tell you what, man. If that my dad would have me.
You would be in trouble, huh?
Probably.
You'd be grounded the rest of the night.
Maybe. Well, he would have told me at least save it till after the main if you win.
Well, we know what Justin Jones is going to do. If he wins the main event, he's going to jump the freestyle.
That's what he said.
Freestyle ramp.
That's what he said. We're going to have to pick it up a little bit.
We'll see. The 450 Pro Sports are up next. Don't forget, get your raffle tickets for Back on Track. That goes to the official charity of Progressive American Flat Track, and the winner gets a brand new Arai helmet and some Cortec riding gear.
Yeah, brand new Arai helmet from Arai Americas, and then also getting that Cortec suit from Helmet House. And that's what I started in, Cortec suit.
Really?
Yeah, that was my first leather suit.
I remember that on your Kawasaki.
Yeah, it was white and blue.
Number 36B.
Yep, way back.
Way back.
Savannah.
The good old days.
Yeah.
See, you talk about me racing a long time ago. That's a long time ago too, Colby.
No, I didn't have wooden wheels like you.
We had real steel shoes.
You had square wheels.
Like the Flintstones?
Yeah, you did probably have steel. You were shooting sparks.
Hey, that was a trick back in the day. You remember Ricky Graham put some special material in his steel shoe and just threw sparks on purpose to distract the people behind him.
See,
they made that illegal.
Me and you we're the nice guys. We're not the ones that would put our foot on the berm at Sacramento and kick dust out. That's pretty cool right there. These top two guys on the right qualified. They were able to get first and second last night to qualify into here. Both California natives. Those guys want to win this more than anything, being here in their home state.
Yeah, Ryder Bitsay was very fast. Every time we saw him on the racetrack, he was out front yesterday. And today, in the first round qualifying, he was back there about 7th or 8th. So the track is different.
Very
different. And they did move. The inside line is way up the racetrack.
Yesterday, they were down and riding around the bottom, which is a lot flatter than where they're going to be riding today. And a big difference, too, is it's bumpier today. There's little bumps throughout. They're up the track. And so yesterday they did have some water truck malfunction, so it did end up getting drier and dustier. What was the grip level like for them versus what they're going to feel today? And that's kind of a feeling that it's good for these riders to start getting. These are younger riders. They're working their way towards becoming an AFT singles riders. So allow them to feel all these different changes throughout the day.
There's the 805 VIP area, the tents over there. You can upgrade your ticket if you want to sit back there. They got some refreshments. I'm sure it probably is some 805 beer. They also have some snacks back there. If you want to upgrade your ticket, go check it out just outside turn 4.
They got 805 beer and hot dogs on the roller.
On the roller?
Some roller dogs and an 805 beer. I couldn't imagine a better day than if I disappear, you know where I'm at.
Well, you disappeared once earlier. How many did you have?
I got kicked out.
Well, I kicked you out for a minute.
Well, no, we were told no moonshine like in Atlanta until after the races are done, so no 805s until after the races are done.
I haven't been told that yet. I just checked my phone. No text messages yet from the boss.
Because we haven't talked about it until now. But, yeah, I would love to be over there in that 805 booth getting that beer and those hot dogs and all these riders sitting here ready to go out. Braxton Reagan, cool to see him coming from Illinois all the way out here to California
and he
as
had
an amateur rider.
He had a hard get off at Sonoy. Didn't actually get to race with us on that at the national, at the AFT race. He had a hard get off the night before, so it's good to see him back on a motorcycle.
And then I got to see him firsthand. Me and him had a little go at it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You raced last weekend.
I did, and I got to race against the 84. Me and him are going mano-a-mano until I got really tired, or maybe he got
really fast.
I'll use that excuse.
Maybe he got really
I got
fast.
tired. He got fast, man. He was good. It's cool to see, and I was able to watch. Like, I was behind him, following him around, and I could see things instantly that he could do just to make a difference in his riding that would really improve. And there was a few riders like that. I'm like, oh man, if you just changed this little thing, you would improve here and here. And
did you talk to him about it?
It was cool. I didn't get the chance. I had my dogs. I had to leave. I couldn't even do the second main event. I had to go get my dogs out of daycare.
They were locked up in daycare?
Yeah.
They didn't go racing with you?
I did. No.
Man.
No. Tommy and Tucker are not coming to the races.
That was at Champaign, Illinois last weekend.
It was fun, man. It was so fun. Scratch the itch. That's my one race of the year. But got races going on all over the country. Got a race back in Pekin. My best buddy's racing out there today. My wife's heading there to support.
I thought she was going there to help out.
She said if they need help
us.
prepping the track or working on Chase's bike, they'll do it. But, man,
That's
there's
funny.
races all over. And
your buddy Chase Wright?
Yep.
Yeah. Are they racing or how's the weather?
No, the weather's great. It's a beautiful day there in Illinois.
There's Beckham Daniels, the 32 right there. Dallas Daniels' little brother.
Back there on the 74, another cool story. Kenzie Matsuura coming over here from road racing. Hot winner there, winning both races in Atlanta on the Talent Cup class.
That's pretty cool.
And then qualifying here for this tonight.
Paige
you can't just sign up for this, right, Scott?
Right,
you have to qualify out of the races yesterday.
Race your way in from last night. 12 of them did qualify. That back row on the inside, on the right side, the 81 of Paige Keck. She's from Wisconsin. She raced 3 classes last night. She won the women's class, and she actually qualified into the 450 Pro Sport main here today. So congratulations to her. Colton Schaefer was fast earlier in our free practice session. The 45 bike was very fast. They are working on a timing and scoring issue right now. That appears to be what's going on. So when that is ready to go, we'll send the bikes back out there.
Colton Schaefer, another one of those riders doing the Talent Cup as well. So we've got a couple guys, and it's cool to see they pulled Colton from this to go to the road racing thing where they got Kenzie from there to come over here to do some riding. But Jet Katarzi, that is the kid, man. If he gets this win, I made a deal with him. I said, hey, we got a nickname locked and loaded, but you can't. I'm not giving it to you unless you win.
The Jet. He got 3 second-place finishes yesterday on that 17 first impressions bike. Ryder Bitse on the ride. I've nicknamed him the Gentleman. He is one of the nicest kids in the pit area.
Yeah, Ryder Bitse, I've been watching him. I was able to do the announcing for that Corey Texter series last year, and Bitse and his family from California went to all of them there on the number 14 machine. But it's going to be the 17. That's Jet Katarzi. Really nice kid, man. His dad's so nice. Oh, I mean, we could say that about everyone out here. All of these riders and their parents and families are so nice.
The 14 is on the right. That is Ryder Bitse. That's Jet Katarzi on that 17. There's Bitse again. Nicknamed him the Gentleman. He is so cool, calm and collected, and very, very polite. I spent some time with him up at Lodi. We're going to be at next Thursday for the night before race, and as we start heading up towards Chico next weekend for a doubleheader. So if you're out here on the West Coast, we'll see you in Chico on Friday, Lodi on Thursday for the Lodi Cycle Bowl. Then Friday is Corey Texter's race at the Chico short track. Same track we'll be at on Saturday next weekend. Bugged Out Films. Have you followed them on social media?
I don't.
They got some cool stuff. You need to check them out.
I will have to. Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yep. And the 313 right behind the 14. That's Bain, the train Nance. He was the fastest in that first practice session. He's a Colorado rider.
We got California, Illinois, Washington, Wisconsin, and Colorado, Pennsylvania.
That's a long way from home.
Wood. Yeah, he's going to win our. Do we have an award for that? Me and you can give one.
We should do that.
Yeah.
We should do a podcast award, the Sideways and Off the Groove podcast award for the furthest traveled.
What you're paying, right?
Yeah, I thought you were paying.
We'll have to work out the logistics
later. We're using
later.
your rental car.
But Costin Wood's going to be the farthest to come here, and we talked about it there on the 88 machine. What a cool experience for an amateur rider to get the phone call from a big team like Turner Racing, along with the 17 of Katarzi. Both of those riders on the really big teams that have riders in the AFT singles class that are not only just AFT singles teams, but winning AFT singles teams.
Both of them are 2 of the biggest teams out there in the pit area for the Kicker AFT singles class. And there you can see the rubber going down, going into turn number 3. When they exit the racetrack, they'll go off to our right here. But then when you go in here, you can see the different lines in the track. And you tried to cross rut in those lines, but you try to get through them straight and then lay it over into the corner.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of riders having some, like Cody Kopp there, with the front end issues because of the moisture down, and not so much the ruts. I mean, they can absolutely grab you, but those ruts are really going to be important on the exit of the corner. That's where we saw those guys starting to have the wheelies coming off of the corner, and a little bit of an unsettling feeling because you don't know when it's going to come. It just suddenly happens.
So you disappeared a little while ago. Did you get some of that pizza right here behind the grandstands? Man, that stuff is good.
I did not get pizza. I was trying to sneak over into the 805 booth, but they said not yet.
Not yet. I thought, did you find some coffee or
no,
not yet? Not that either? Man. What did you do?
I was talking to my buddies.
A little bit later on, we'll have Jamie Howe with us a little bit later to do our opening ceremonies and also talk to all the winners of tonight's race. And there's a sky view right here. And
that's us.
We're in that white semi-trailer over there in incognito, kind of hiding out. I don't know if I can reach out far enough. Hold on a second.
Scotty's going to come pop out, let everyone know. They always ask where we are. Scotty, you're going to have to go far. The drone there, he just opened the door. There's Scotty Dubler, the voice of American Flat Track. I just try my best over here. And Jamie Howe's going to be joining us later.
He's still coming down?
Yeah, he's coming down, Scotty.
We're in here. Come on down.
Scotty saying, we're in here, come on down. He's going to bring the drone right in the truck. It's a small booth, though. He's going to have to really be good with flight skills, FAA, not sure. Scotty Dubler. All right, Scotty, that's enough. That's enough camera time for you.
Enough camera time
Yeah,
for me.
Fast Eddie texted me quick and said, get him out of there.
Well, my dad always has said I have a face for radio.
I was thinking it, but I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Yeah, whatever.
I make a lot of jokes, but I'm not going to make a joke about that.
Well, you said how old I am.
I make those jokes, yeah.
What, am I twice as old as you?
We said you could be my dad.
Something like. There's my pizza I had earlier.
Oh, it smelled so good.
It was good. Why didn't you buy any?
I would love to get some, but I'm looking for the free 99, and we have that taco.
Free 99, is that what you said?
We have that when you're in California, you're eating tacos.
We had a good taco place last night.
Oh, we're rolling on the track, Scotty. We got the timing and scoring issues settled out in Bitze. It's going to be the first one leading us down there into turns 1 and 2, and I haven't got the opportunity to watch these kids yet either.
Where were you? Slacking.
Out,
you were slacking.
I'm back now, and I'm locked in. Here we go. Ryder Bitze
on the 14 bike out front. California rider won the main event in this class last night. Raced his way into tonight's program. Be cool for him to win this one, being from California. Sam Drain won the first couple rounds of this class.
Yep, not going to be racing here with us tonight, so we're going to have an opportunity for a new winner. Is Ryder Bitze going to be able to get it done? Looking up the racetrack, yeah, you can see
he slipped off the groove.
Kind of gone.
Yeah, he slipped off the groove going into one.
Yeah, it wasn't by choice for him to check out. These guys have wanted to stay on the groove right now, and I do like that decision after what I just saw with Bitze. As soon as he got up there, Scotty, and started touching the gas, you could see the dust rolling off that back tire.
17, Jet Katarzi against some of our newer riders. Right behind him, Braxton Reagan on the 84.
So, Scotty, with that track, you mentioned it a little bit earlier about how it's shaped a little differently, a little more pointy at both the ends. That could be a reason some of these amateur riders, or these pro sport riders, excuse me, are starting to slip up. Yeah, there's a little notch there, too, and Braxton Reagan almost gets into the backside of the 17 of Katarzi. But when they're going in, it's so much tighter, it's pushing them up.
He's right on the back tire once again. Reagan's a hard charger on the 84 bike, the Southern Illinois rider. Got a note here. Colby needs to come race the CIMC track in Neoga. Have you ever raced Neoga, Illinois?
I need someone else's bike. It's an oil race track, and I haven't washed my bike from 3 weeks ago in Champaign. So there's oil on this track.
I
and
thought that was last weekend.
If that sits on my bike for any amount of time, it's going to get, stained forever. So
all right,
it's not. I'll do it. I'd love to do it because it's right by my wife's parents' house.
And Neoga is still one of the only tracks in the country where they use oil.
That's the point.
And it is incredible.
Well,
checkered flag is out for our 450 Pro Sport class.
We'll go there, but I just need a bike to ride. I need a sponsor for that day.
Well, we'll get one. We'll get one for you. Here's a replay. 84 Braxton on the right and Jet Katarzi on the inside. Reagan goes up the racetrack, but he just leaves that throttle on. Oh, he caught some traction right there, picked up the front end, and just keeps that back tire spinning. Jet Katarzi on the inside. Reagan, they're setting up for a good race. Katarzi was third. No, Katarzi was here second here last night. That was our 450 Pro Sports. That's the end of our first round of qualifying. On our schedule, we got a little bit of track maintenance coming up, and then we got qualifying round number 2, followed by our 450 Pro Sport heat race. So that was their last chance to qualify for those Pro Sports, Colby. Did you get a souvenir T-shirt yet? You were out there for a long time.
I did not get a souvenir T-shirt yet. I did pick up the one in Atlanta. Very cool.
You're letting me down.
We've got a heat race coming up in a little bit for those riders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before the night show begins.
Well, we're going to take a break. They're going to do a little track maintenance. When we come back, qualifying round number 2 for the 3 classes and our 450 Pro Sport heat races coming up here real soon here from Ventura.
From the flat track to the strip to the street, it's ARP fasteners for your bike. The speed demons of American flat track racing trust ARP. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com.
Racing is all about performance, speed, precision, and pushing the limits. Aeroflex brings that same mindset to liquid packaging with a design that's lighter, tougher, and better for the planet. Simply tear the tab, squeeze, and experience a better way to package liquids. Today's Progressive American Flat Track race is being streamed live and on demand on FloRacing, part of the Flow Sports Network. With a FloRacing subscription, you get access to all Flow Sports sites. That's over 25 sports. Never miss a moment, with over 20,000 events per year, in-depth coverage, behind-the-scenes access, original documentaries, highlights, breaking news, and more. Visit FloRacing.com to learn more and sign up today. That's FLORacing.com. Rev up those taste buds with Mission Foods. Fully loaded tacos, fast wraps, piled high nachos. Whatever you crave, Mission will help you take your race day to the finish line. Now that's too fast, too tasty. The founder of Arai Helmet was the man who created the first motorcycle helmet in Japan to protect his own head, and as a result, launched the Japanese motorcycle helmet industry. Arai focuses on glancing off performance, accumulating small differences decade after decade to further ride protection. Learn more at AraiAmericas.com.
When performance is everything, protection matters. Maverick Lubricants delivers advanced protection for every engine you depend on. Built for pressure, built to last. From the highway to the track to the job site. Stay ahead with Maverick Lubricants. Moving with Maverick.
805 Beer is proud to present the Memphis Shades Ventura Short Track. Head over to the beer garden and grab a cold one and enjoy the races. Properly chill. Make your mark with Memphis Shades, delivering American-made protection and style that works, from raw materials to the open road. Inspired by the track, built for the ride, and made to enjoy every mile. Visit memphisshades.com/AFT.
Welcome back to the Memphis Shades Ventura Short Track presented by 805 Beer. And don't forget to get your raffle tickets right now. Have you got it? Dude, that's where you went earlier, Colby. You went and got raffle tickets.
Well, you were talking about how much you liked the color of that.
I love that helmet, dude.
I know. That's for you. That's for you. I don't want to buy a ticket because I'm so lucky. I'm just kidding. I'm very unlucky. But I don't want to take the chance away from you, so I'm going to allow you to buy it.
Okay, and I'll let you.
Right there, look at it.
Look at that. It's a beautiful Arai helmet. There are the ladies from Back on Track. And get your raffle tickets. That helmet and a riding suit from Quartec is going away tonight. The helmet is from Arai Americas. The riding suit's from Helmet House. And, man, it's going to be a big deal. Somebody's going home with the helmet and a riding suit, and it only costs one raffle ticket. I mean, that's it. Just buy one, buy 5, buy 10.
But then again, it doesn't matter if you win or lose because you're always winning when you're helping out Back on Track. A not-for-profit that has helped me out very much financially when I've been hurt, helps out any of these riders when they get hurt to help pay for medical bills, help get their families to where they need to go, or help get you back home.
And speaking of people that has helped out, James Monica will be along during opening ceremonies a little bit later on to talk about it. He has actually received some help from him and helped him, get a van, helped him get around, and it's a huge help and takes the burden off of some of these riders and their families.
And another rider here that's had so much help from from them is James Ott. Good to see him here, located here in Southern California. Had such an amazing rookie season going last year. Unfortunately, had that huge crash there at Lake Ozark, and glad to see him out. I haven't had the chance to talk to him yet, but I'm looking forward to getting with him and just having a little conversation, because one of the nicest people that races with us.
They put a lot of moisture on the racetrack while we were away. Now they're just packing it in. They're also working on some timing and scoring issues right now. So a lot of teams have been asking us what their times are. Well, they're working on that right now for us as well.
I don't like answering unless they're up towards the top.
Towards the front, like they're the fast guys?
Yeah, I don't like I feel bad answering, but
also, the Thrash kids are here. They've actually went out one time already. There's 3 freestyle motocrossers, and what we have in store is Dustin Nowak. They call him the Whacker. He's 41 years young from Mammoth Lakes, California. You got Patrick Evans, the 28-year-old from Marietta, California, and you got Tyler Behrman, who's from 34 years old from Templeton, California, riding for Red Bull, Fast House, 805 Beer, and Belt Helmets on the sponsor list. And he grew up as a third-generation flat track racer, and his dad, I watched his dad race some flat track before, and it's cool to see Tyler Behrman out here.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool people out here, and then I saw that got some pro supercross riders. We got Julian Beaumare and Ryder DeFrancisco here, and Ryder's dad used to do Speedway. Both of them here checking this out tonight, so it'd be pretty cool to be able to get an interview with those two.
And it is Chris Raschke Day out here. The land speed record holder lost his life last year, and we're celebrating his life out here today. So it is Chris Raschke Day here at the Ventura Short Track.
Anything standing out to you so far here, Scotty?
Just the different racetrack, and what I'm comparing it to is the 450 Pro Sport class, how different their times are and how they look different than they looked last night when they're racing here.
And that's part of what we're doing here, trying to get them used to being able to make those adjustments from race day throughout race day, because I talk about it so often. These teams and the riders have to make such big adjustments throughout the day because the track is ever changing so much between right now, even qualifying too from free practice, and especially when the sun starts to go down and it becomes race time later on tonight at about 7 o'clock.
Well, in just a little bit, when the 450 Pro Sport heat race is done, the fan walk will be open. That's your chance to come down to the pits. Also at 6:40, about 20 minutes before opening ceremonies, you'll see the Thrash kids out there for their second freestyle show. It's going to be the first one with a little bit more of a crowd, and they'll come back out here a little bit later on this evening during our racing action. So kind of split it up just a little bit. Little bonus for you folks that are attending here live at the Memphis Shades Ventura Short Track presented by 805 Beer. And don't forget, there is an 805 Beer VIP area just outside Turn 4, right by where the bikes are in staging. You can pay a little extra, get some 805 beer. You can also get some, what do you call it, a dog on a roller
dog.
A roller dog. That's Colby Carlisle up here in the booth, and man, just having some fun out here in California.
Absolutely. And then also, man, not only with that Araya Americas, you can win that Cortex suit from Helmet House. That's 2 prizes for the price of 1. And again, you're always helping out the charity, helping out those riders. And unfortunately, we don't want to see any of them get a mishap, but it happens because they're riding as hard as they possibly can. They want to win so bad. And we haven't had a single repeat winner yet in the AFT singles class. Will we have a repeat winner, or will we have a new one? On our broadcast call, Scotty, there was so many names of people that could win here tonight.
I think we had about 6 guys that we threw out there that could win in that Kicker AFT singles class. And in the of course, the Mission Super Twins, we've had 3 rounds. We've had 2 different winners. And Cody Kopp, in his rookie season in that Super Twins class, is leading the point standings. And he looks pretty quick already on that number 12 Harley Davidson.
And I wouldn't be confused at all if a rider that we didn't mention on our broadcast call was able to win tonight. I mean, look what happened last year. Cage Tadman shows up out of nowhere, smokes the field, wins this first one, and then nobody thinks he's going to be able to back it up there in Chico. Not a track that he's super familiar with. Comes out, wins again, and we're like, man, these guys are going to be in trouble.
And he earned himself a ride on the Turner Honda team.
Exactly. He was able to make the most of it as we're back on the track now, Scotty.
Bikes are on the racetrack. Second round of qualifying for your Mission AFT Super Twins class. This is the premier class on the track right now. That's Cody Kopp on the 12 bike. Kopp on that Harley Davidson. Here he comes onto the front straightaway. He's got his latest motors colors on. His dad rode for latest motors. It's good to see that carried down to the second generation.
Cody's won both real true short tracks that I would call them so far this year at Daytona, even though Sonoy was considered a short track, definitely a lot bigger, with this one more towards what Daytona was like. Very small racetrack, not a lot of straightaway time, and Cody Kopp getting after it immediately here, just like we saw in free practice.
So we would compare Sonoy maybe to Chico, where we're going next weekend, a little bit on the bigger side of a short track.
Yeah, I would say a little bit closer to that.
but it's tinier here today. There's Dallas Daniels, our defending champion on the Estenson Racing Monster Energy Yamaha team.
A little bit of grip up there right now above the groove as Dallas is checking that out over there in 1 and 2. Goes up the track just a little bit there. They put so much water down now, Scotty, that you can't even really see the groove anymore at this point. They're trying to give us the best racing surface they can. It looks fun right now.
Ooh,
Dallas Daniels getting it on.
Get some traction. The front wheel comes up on the one bike.
And Scotty, that's going to be different than what we've had in the past. You know, back in the day, Estenson Racing, they were able to have that traction control, which would have helped that wheelie. As soon as it goes up, it's going to cut power, help bring the front end back down. Now, electronics are a lot more simplified here in the Mission Super Twins class, so that's nothing they have. But Davis Fisher looked good in the last session, was able to get second. Look at him now, slot back to third as Cody Kopp takes over second.
There's Fisher.
Davis Fisher back to second, just a little bit behind Briar Bauman. Davis Fisher hasn't been able to get a win, but man, what a breakout season, in my opinion, for him.
Yeah, he looks like he's having fun. He's got, you know, they've got some suspension help this year. I think that definitely helps. Jimmy Woods in their corner, and I think that's helping that team a lot.
And I think, like, with Breakout Ride, what I mean by that is this is the first year where Davis has got it all together in this class, and I think he's making a run for potential trying to fight for that title. I mean, there's a big gap right now to the front with how good Cody Kopp started off in Dallas Daniels, but Briar Bauman, another rider, a little bit trying to claw his way back in this. I know we're only 4 rounds in, Scotty, but you got to start thinking about it.
Look how low that back tire is right there, and look at the traction the one bike of Dallas Daniels is getting. Unfortunately, though, it lifted the front end and starts carrying you to the right towards the wall. He had to back off the throttle just a little bit.
Did he let off a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay.
I saw him.
No, I mean, I'm not. I was looking elsewhere. I was looking at the back tire.
That back tire was squatting. Up next, group number 2. Mission AFT Super Twins final round of qualifying. There's the California kid, Chad Coast. Got himself a new ride this season, the Parker Racing team.
He's looking for a big ride.
A big race. You said big ride.
Yeah, no, he's got the big ride, but he's also looking for a big ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big race ride.
Yeah, he's got a big team. He's on a new team.
Tomatoes.
Yep.
It is what it is.
You know what your new nickname is?
What is it?
The announcing tomato. My daughter clones you that or named you that.
He was able to give me that, so that's cool. But yeah, Chad Coase, he hasn't had the results that he's wanted. He's coming into the year really serious with that team, with the backing from Ashley being the mechanic there. He gels really well with her. Just hasn't gotten it done yet. But Evan Renshaw on the 95 machine sliding that thing around. You see the front end moving a little bit more than he wants it to, probably going into the corners. Royal Enfield, the lone Royal Enfield out here racing with us. Declan Bender back to third on the racetrack right now, riding a lot higher of a line.
Bender currently 8th in the combined times.
Coates, the fastest rider on the racetrack. 6th combined. See, that's what I'm talking about. This could be the night. And back in his home state.
And look who's up to 7th. Billy Ross on that Suzuki. We had the camera on him a lot in that first round, and now he's backing it up here in this second round.
Doesn't really surprise me too much. A guy that really can shine on these short tracks. Got his first ever win in the Production Twins class back there in New Hampshire.
Really rough short track, yeah.
Very rough, very technical short track.
Big Pete throws the white flag. The assistant flagman right there is Raymond Rizzo, who's also going to do our invocation a little bit later on as Ross goes way up high down here. And there's a look at Jacob Lehman on the 16 bike.
Looks fun right now, Scotty.
Looks like there's 2 Kawasaki's out here this weekend. Lehman's on one of them. Also out there is Wyatt Vaughn. Lehman, originally from the Pacific Northwest, now calls home down in Texas.
San Antonio area. Works for Boeing.
Wow, you got a lot of stuff in your back pocket.
Yeah, I got a couple buddies.
Cody Kopp, quickest overall, 1:5.503. There's Chad Coase getting it really sideways, but letting it all hang out right there. Look at his animal print leathers.
Did he roll off the throttle?
I think he did. You see the front end come down?
Okay.
You didn't think he did? You give me a hard time.
I'm having a good time.
You want me to put my glasses on, or what are you trying to say over here? There comes the water truck back out. Going to take a look at something. The Royal Enfield Build Train Race Program is up next. There are 10 ladies racing with us. The 5 is Emma Gotch. 13 is Julia Hess. 113 Maticela Rodriguez. The 23 is Kristen Rodriguez, 2 California riders. 39 Hannah Brewer. 58 Mallory McGill from Missoula, Montana. 17 Morgan Reinhold. 555 Giovannina Shipman. 72 is Lozano, and then 19 Sammy Weiss. The ladies are on the racetrack. This is their second final round of qualifying. Singles are next, followed by the pro sports, and then we'll have a quick break, and you can go to the pit area here real soon.
Got a heat race coming up, Scotty.
450s are getting ready.
It's going to be good. The Pro Sport riders, after AFT singles are done qualifying, it's shaping up to be a good day. Cody Kopp, we really weren't talking about. He must have snuck on the board while we were talking about another rider, but he ends up being that fast qualifier there for the Mission Super Twins. Not a surprise.
Just takes one lap.
One of our favorites coming into this race. We talked about Briar Bauman. You know, he's a whole race back right now in the championship, but he won here 2 times. This could be the night that he needs. We've got 4 races in the next 5 weeks, so if you can get a win here, Scotty, could catapult your momentum.
And it's going to be a big stretch right here. I mean, we've had 5 weeks off to get ready for this 5-week stretch with 4 races, so it's going to see who steps it up as Emma Gotch goes to the top spot here in this second round of qualifying, but she's currently in the 2nd spot overall to Julia Hess, who's on that 13 bike.
Julia had a good lap, but I believe the track's faster right now. It's got more that you're able to grab if you want it to. So we're going to see who's going to be able to make some adjustments. And right now the hard thing is, Scotty, you can't really see the line. It all just looks like a light brown when you're going through those corners. So where do you want to be? Where do you want to ride?
As a rider, Colby, are you wearing a dark shield right now? You want to wear a light shield so you can see a little bit more? What's your choice?
I always swear I went faster with a light shield. So since the sun's now, I mean, it is bright. It's very bright, even though it's overcast. But I'd want to be in a creep shield, just especially with all of these bumps, little ruts and grooves out there, Scotty. You want to be able to see every little thing you can.
Every nook and cranny. Gotch out front here in this second round. She's currently 2nd overall in the combined times. There's the 113 of Rodriguez. Matisella is up there. Her fastest time is a 1:7.910. She's gone a little bit slower here in this second round, maybe searching around just a little bit.
Keeping her cards close to her chest, just getting ready for the heat race and main event coming on later today.
If you were to build your own bike, what color rims or wheels would you use if you're
you know what that NOS sprint car looks like?
Yes, bright orange and blue.
That's me. That's exactly what I would do.
I like it. I like it. Look at that. Brewer jumps up to 5th in this session on the number 39 bike here in this last lap. She's 6th overall. 1:8.205 will be her quickest lap. So Julia Hess will be our quick time in the Royal Enfield Build a Train race program. There are 10 ladies. The same 10 ladies race with us at all of their races on the circuit. They're not at every single round. They won't be on the miles for sure, but it's good to see this program continue to grow and give these young ladies a chance to go racing here with us at Progressive American Flat Track. Up next, Kicker AFT Singles, 2 groups, 20 riders. The time to beat in the singles class is Jared Lowe, 1:5.947. Raymond Rizzo, who's got that yellow flag waving around the circle, says bring him out. And here comes the one of Drain. It's his home race.
I knew you were going to bring that joke out eventually.
I have to. He's from Australia. This is his closest racetrack in American Flat Track to home.
Yeah, we watched a nice nature documentary last night about Australia, actually.
Was that a documentary?
It was something, but yeah, Australia. Closest to here, but Justin Jones, I'm interested to see what he's going to do. We talked a lot about him this week coming into here being a short track specialist, but he's a little bit deeper in the field right now. He's sitting in 13th overall.
You just want to see him jump the big freestyle ramp.
I do not want to see him do that. You guys don't understand. I grew up with Justin Jones, so I know him very well. I know how good of a rider he is, but he is crazy off the track.
How far away is Holly, New York from where you Canandaigua, New York?
An hour and 10 minutes. My parents used to just drop me off at his house for like a week.
Yeah. And they used to sponsor him too,
yeah,
right?
They still do. Yeah, they helped him out with his helmets for this season. Mom and Dad, little shout out. They're at home watching.
There's the 21, Bruner. He's coming in here with the most momentum.
Scotty, Cage Tadman to the top of the board overall. And that is the guy that we all thought, can he do it? This is where he could kick off his season. He was able to get a podium at Daytona.
The 28 goes to the top spot as we're keeping an eye on Bruner right there, currently 3rd. Right behind him is Chase Sadoff. He was my stat of the week this week. He has led every single main event here at Ventura and hasn't won yet.
Remember that wheelie he had coming off of turn 2 that one year, about flipped it over backwards?
Yeah, I think that surprised him.
That's what we were talking about. Those wheels pull up and they want to go to the right, so a lot of the times you go have to cut out of it. Trevor Bruner.
Look at him. He's running above the groove on that 21 bike.
Look at all that body angle she's putting in. He's really moving his body around the motorcycle, around on the seat, trying to get as much weight to the back wheel. And Chase Sadoff does what we were talking about a couple years ago. It was a little more aggressive then, but Bruner trying to get all the weight to the back wheel, trying to get the grip. Chase Sadoff's going to come up the inside here.
Checkered flag is out.
Tadman. Scotty, is this going to... I mean, the confidence level, he is a California rider.
He's walking around with some swagger. I think it might be. He might back it up.
Let's see.
He's on that Turner Racing Honda team. Tadman goes to the top spot, 1:5.792. Jared Lowe, who was the fast time in the first round, he slides down to second. Bruner's third. Drain is fourth, and Sadoff right now fifth in the combined times as Group 2 rolls onto the racetrack, led out of here by Walker Porter on the number 10 Honda.
Yeah, and Justin Jones, like I mentioned, talking about how he needed to step it up in that session. He was able to get down to the 15.9s, currently sitting in 6th, right there just outside of the top 5. But will someone be able to move him back? The track's sped up just a little bit.
I'm interested to see where this group of riders rides. It seemed like the last group was riding just above the groove, just where the little bit darker.
That's where Porter was coming out of turn 2 there, but he's still just checking out the track early on in the session. Below the groove, he comes up on it.
You know what I think is going to help Walker is coming back to tracks that he was at last year for a first time. It's his second year with us, and also Steve Beatty in his corner really coaching this young man along.
This is going to be one of the tracks that he hasn't been to. He wasn't able to join us yet. Started off at Lima last year and really did well. Needed to work on his fitness after that event, but he was able to learn that. But Travis Pettit knows this place well. Maybe not in this configuration of racetrack, though, with it so hard packed. But, man, look at Kelleher back there.
Kelleher went up to the third. He must have sent it down that front straightaway and went up above the groove.
That's what I was thinking. We see some guys sometimes crash after the checkered flag.
Well,
I may have done it before, but...
You know, like when we watch other forms of racing, sometimes they sit back and get a clear racetrack, and then they just go as hard as they can for one lap, because that's all they need.
That is all you need, but I would really want to try to put a good session here together and try out different lines and see where I can adjust my bike and try to adjust my riding. Kelleher kind of drifting up. I like that nobody's really, they're all kind of moving around just a little bit. Sometimes it's by choice, Scotty, but it looks like a lot of these guys are just kind of going where their bike wants them to go.
And that's what Tadman did last year. He ran above the groove and up in the rough stuff last year, but he just pinned it and just hung on for the win. Kelleher's pretty impressive, third.
Yeah, he looks really good right now. The bike's moving around, but it's just kind of looking comfortable the way he's been able to ride it. Yeah, that was a good session from Kelleher. Maybe it was that stand on the seat wheelie. Let's see if we get another one. See if we can follow him down the back straightaway. Is he going to do it again?
Yeah. That was awesome in the last round.
I wonder if Dad was able to talk to him there.
There's a replay of the 10 of Walker Porter going in really low, and
we saw
hits one of those ruts.
Porter was so good there at Sonoy. Unfortunately, had some maybe little issue with the brake or something happened, but he ended up not being able to finish the job after leading the first handful of laps.
So the Kicker AFT singles are done for their qualifying. They'll get a break in the action. Up next, it looks like we will have our first heat race of the night. It will be the AFT Pro Sport heat race. And then we'll take all of them to the main event. So how you finish this next race will put you into a main event. Colt Schaefer will be on the pole on the 45. Bay Nance will start second on the 313 from Colorado. 17, Jet Katarzi from Tracy, California. Adam Costonwood is on the 88. He's from Hellertown, Pennsylvania. Run number 2, 14, Ryder Bitse. 74 is Kensei
Matsuura.
That's what you said. After Kinsey is the 69, Christian Knox from Burson, California. 84, Braxton Reagan from Mulkeytown, Illinois. Row 3, 46 is Colin Pettin. Is that Travis's little brother? Yep. 39, Jace Metcalf from Shelton, Washington. 32 is Beckham Daniels, Mattoon, Illinois. And the 81 of Paige Keck from Neenah, Wisconsin. Their heat race is up next. Again, all of these riders will transfer into their main event, which is later on. After this race, the pits will be open for the open paddock area. Don't forget, at about 20 till 7, we'll have the freestyle riders out there from Thrash Kids. They'll be going up there and going big for you folks out here. So this is an actual heat race up next. How they finish this will be how they start their main event. Are you excited for this one, Colby?
Very excited. I'm interested to see where Colt Schaefer is going to elect to pick. Is he going to go top? Is he going to go bottom? See where he wants to start. That's the first start of the night. And if you're a pro rider, you might want to watch that and see what's going on.
Or does he even realize that he can start inside or outside, or will he just go up there and go to the inside? You know, it's their first race. It's his first race with us this season.
Yeah, we'll see. Colt 45 is going to be starting on the pole.
Bane Nance, Bane the Train, Jet Katarzi. I want him to win, so I want to hear your nickname for him. So we got to wait on that.
It's got to earn it.
Adam Costonwood. Ryder Bitse won everything we saw him in yesterday on that 14 bike. He's starting on the inside of that second row as we got some fun going out here in the ocean. What's pulling behind that one? That's a kite surfing,
I
yeah.
wouldn't want to do that. Might take off on me, but it's pretty cool to see Kensei Matsuura in 6th now. He has just been clawing his way up the board, and he is working with Kenny Roberts. We all know that name. He's out here with Kenny Roberts, working with him on this side and on the road racing side.
Look at that. Schaefer was smart enough to go the outside.
Let's see.
All right.
Is that the right decision, Scotty?
I don't know. I think I'd start on the inside, but the inside hasn't been used yet.
I think I'd like to be where I don't know. It looks like good moisture right there where Cole is. Let's see what kind of starts he gets.
Adam Costa-Wood taking a look behind him. He's on that inside. Jet Katarzi on the 17. 313, Bane Nance, Colton Schaefer on that 45 bike. This is a qualifying heat race for you folks that are here with us and paying attention on FloRacing. It's your AFT Pro Sport class. 3 rows of 4. They got a laser beam across all those lines.
I could see Costin Wood getting that whole shot from the bottom. He's got total control all the way on the inside going into that first corner. Let's see what happens.
I like the bottom.
Colt Schaefer needs to back up just a little bit. All these riders learning about those laser beams. Don't have that amateur racing.
Big P scoots them back just a little bit. We'll line them up. It's time to go racing. Heat race. First heat race of the night here at the Memphis Shades Ventura Short Track presented by 805 Beer. Watch the light. It's red on the bottom, 2 yellows and a green on top. Clutches are out. We're racing in Ventura. Costin Wood pulls the front wheel, so it's going to be Colt Schaefer from the outside, grabs the whole shot.
Yeah, Costin Wood had control of the first corner, but Schaefer was able to carry around a little bit more momentum, gets a little defensive there going into 3, doesn't want Wood up the inside. He's going to be able to carry it coming off of 4.
Jet Katarzi slides into the 3rd spot on the 17 bike, so it's Schaefer. Here comes Wood, really throwing it in deep and throws it all the way around. Watch out. Wow, 2 riders go up and over, and that bike is standing up on its lid. That is Paige Keck on the 81. I'm not sure who the other rider is down, but it looks like Paige is holding on to her wrist. And I believe it was Adam Costa-Wood that the bike just came all the way around on him. And I'm not sure. It looks like a 116 possibly over here on the left side. No, it's a 41 possibly. So
yeah, Costin Wood just started losing it going into the corner and was never able to recover. Unfortunately, riders just didn't have the opportunity to miss it.
So Adam Costin-Wood was the first one down. Paige Keck was also included. I'm trying to figure out the other one. There's
another Honda out there. There was the other rider involved, and yeah, just a bummer ordeal there. Costin Wood just lost that rear end, and it just kept going and going. And both riders are up and okay. Paige Keck, let's put our hands together. Glad to see them up and okay.
Oh, that's Little Pettin that's down there. That's the other one that's down. So here's a replay.
Yeah.
Watch the second rider just gets in really, really hot, and the back end just comes around, and right in front of everybody else. And watch out, watch out. There goes Paige up and over. Oh, Schaefer really high sides it, but both of them high side. You can see the airbag suit deploy on the 88 bike. Here's another replay of it. Watch that second bike. The back end just steps around, and riders deeper in the field just have trouble. There's, oh, man, runs right over Costin's legs.
Yeah. And Colin Pettin went hard over the bars. But what happened there, Costin Wood got in a little bit deep, and he was going to end up getting into the backside of Colt Schaefer, and he just kept pushing down harder and harder, and that just kept bringing the back end around. Unfortunately, when that happens, you have no control of bringing it back.
And you can see Trent Lowe over there trying to help squeeze the air out of the airbag suit of the 88 of Adam Costin Wood, just brand new to this team.
Man, what a hit he took to the midsection of his body.
How about all these riders are up and they're looking at their motorcycles? That's incredible.
I am very happy to see that.
That is Travis Pettin out there trying to put that bike into neutral. Looks like that back wheel may be a little crooked.
I didn't know that his brother raced.
They're looking at that.
Yeah, so you see, so he's coming in and he gets in deep. He really needs to get the thing stopped because he would have gotten to the backside of Schaefer there. But as he does that, see, he keeps getting laned over and stalled out, actually. The bike stalls out because he was going so slow and so hard. When he stalls out, back tire locks up, ends up spinning around. Paige Keck has nowhere to go.
That was gnarly.
It was a big crash. Very, very happy to see both riders, all 3 riders up and okay.
Another look at it. The second rider
goes right there, stalls out. You see the back wheel completely stop spinning. Paige Keck starts to go up the racetrack, not able to get it up high enough, ends up going right into Costin Wood.
Oof.
And Pettin just barely catches the front wheel of that bike, but that is all it needed. Over there, Paige Keck getting her motorcycle worked on.
And the 81 bike is actually a borrowed bike from the Katarzis. That's why the First Impressions team's over there working on her motorcycle right now.
Jack Brooks' family's over there helping. Wisconsin Families helping each other. Costin Wood getting checked out from our liaison, making sure he's healthy and okay and ready to go.
Looks like Paige is on her motorcycle now. Looks like little Pettin's ready to go too. That is, again, Colin Pettin from Ramona, California, doing it for Pettin Racing on the Honda. So it looks like we'll have a complete restart. The riders that went down will go to that back row.
How about it, Scotty?
Man, to be young again, right?
I'm sore just looking. They're getting an extra airbag suit here maybe for...
yeah, they're going to try to switch him out.
Costin Wood.
And that's a vest. So he's wearing a vest underneath his full-on leather. So they're taking that suit off. And safety is important right now. You see how fast they're swapping it. That's Nick Henderson. That's Trent Lowe. Swapping that air vest that's underneath the airbag suit. It's not mandatory for this class, right?
Yeah, and I'm not sure. And it's a good thing that it's a heat race, too, because Costin Wood now just try to work your way. You know, really need to lower the heart rate right now because that's such a big crash just happened. You got run into, and right now you're kind of frantically putting on this new airbag suit. Just need to try to lower the heart rate. This is only a heat race. So, yes, it is important to try to get back up to the front because you had the speed to win this thing. But don't make another mistake. Don't make your night harder. Just try to get up about maybe 6, get on that second row so then you have a shot when it comes main event time.
It looks like Little Schaefer is taking his bike to the pit area, so he'll come back in that main event. I'm sorry, Little Colin Pettin, I'm sorry.
Okay, I was going to say.
Pettin went back to the pit area.
I was hoping Schaefer wasn't going back because he didn't even know this happened.
Yep, they're telling him right now who's starting on the back. There is the 45. I've always known him as Colton Schaefer, but got a list here as Colt Schaefer, Colt 45.
It's Colt 45 doing a little bit of road racing, was out there at Road Atlanta, giving us the high five, was able to get a good start. His pick worked, Scotty.
Yeah, outside it worked. I was thinking the inside was going to be the spot, but here they come to the line. If you're involved in the wreck, you go to the back row if you can make that restart. So it's good to see Paige Keck out there because she was holding on to her wrist for quite a while. So complete restart. Heat race for the 450 Pro Sport class. After this, the pits will be open. Be sure and get your raffle ticket. Stop by, get a souvenir t-shirt. Go meet your favorite rider. We'll come back at about 20 till 7 with our freestyle motocross from Thrashed Kids. And then we'll get ready for opening ceremonies at 7 o'clock. There goes the raffle ticket ladies right there going down towards the front straightaway. I see you. I see you. I love that helmet.
Scotty's going to come meet you here soon.
I'm going to get that helmet tonight. I'm going to win the raffle.
All right, Reagan, he's got a spot open in front of him. That rider, Costin Wood's no longer there, so Reagan, if he gets a good start, he's got an open slot into that first corner.
Watch Costin Wood on that back row. See if he can get back towards the front on the 88 bike.
If I'm Katarzi, I am going. This is what he needs, California riders. Oh, and second row ends up maybe stalling it out.
And airbag suits are required for this class as well.
Absolutely, that's another great thing to have. And yeah, just rolled over the line, but are they going to put him to the back row?
Oh,
not sure on this one.
That is the 69 of Christian Knox on the KTM. Looks like he's got some Bitse's old leathers on, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Line them up. RPMs are up, and there they go. Knox goes nowhere. Katarzi grabbing the whole shot on the 17 bike. He's got company. Colt Schaefer around the outside. Here comes Bane Nance.
And California 1 and 2 right now. Bane Nance from Colorado trying to get up the inside there, but it's going to be different. Colt Schaefer, not what he needed, was leading before the restart. Now finds himself in second.
The 17, Jet Katarzi got 3 seconds. Oh, he hits a little bump and goes up the racetrack. I was going to say Katarzi got 3 seconds last night. He's looking good here today.
Yeah, maybe this will be what he needs, though. Try to see. Maybe he can learn a little bit, take advantage of that mistake that he had. Watch where Schaefer is, but Schaefer out front already starting to pull away.
1:06.282 for Schaefer. He's got the quick time so far. He's in the lead. Bane Nance hits the little bobble over. Oh, Katarzi does too. They're bumping off those bumps a little bit.
Schaefer's really smooth out front. I didn't see any of those mistakes out of him. He is just getting the thing pointed in the right direction. See how settled his bike is coming off of the corner.
Stock 450 class out here on the track. Costin Wood has only made it up to 9th. He's only got by 1 or 2 riders.
Colt Schaefer, he might not have as much corner speed in the center there, but what he's doing, he's able to get it pointed the right direction, get the back tire spinning so it's not allowing itself to catch. He does lose a little bit of time there on the entry. Same thing to Costin Wood.
California riders 1, 2, and 3 right now.
Coming to the front, they're showing, and they want to do it for the hometown crowd, but Colt Schaefer getting it done, the smoothest rider that I've seen so far in this class.
White flag is out for our 450 Pro Sport class. Schaefer, Katarzi goes wide. Bitse is there on the 14. He shows the wheel, but it's going to be the 45 down the back straightaway.
Colt Schaefer has the room. he's going to have this heat race. Will Bitze be able to do anything with Katarzi? No. That's how it's going to be. Colt Schaefer picks up the front wheel, grabs the heat race win here. Going to have first pick later on for our main event. Costin Wood.
Look who got up to 4th right there.
Costin Wood able to get to 4th. That is, Scotty, that's front row for the main event. That is damage control.
If that is updated,
yeah,
I did not see that
That
happening.
might be a little different. I'm not sure.
Here's a replay right here of the start. This is the original start. Schaefer grabs the whole shot. This is the wreck early on in that first one. A couple riders go down and a couple riders go up and over. It gets wild and crazy. These are the up-and-comers just trying to get some experience. All of them restarted except for one. Here's the restart. Katarzi grabbing the whole shot on the 17 bike.
Yeah, and it's going to be Katarzi ends up leading this first lap, but makes a little bit of a mistake here coming into 1. You see his back end catch off of his front end. It's going to allow Colt Schaefer to go through, and Colt Schaefer really just did what he needed to do. Rode around, was able to carry the speed off the corner, no mistakes.
Schaefer would take the win. The second spot is the 17 of Jet Katarzi, and third is Ryder Bitze. So California sweep 1, 2, and 3 of our first heat race of the night. For you folks that are here with us, head on down to the fan walk. The open pit area is happening right now at 6:40. We'll have the Thrash Kids Freestyle Motocross show if you want to be in your seats for that. At 7 o'clock is opening ceremonies. We're going to show possibly a couple older races on the big screen and for you folks at home right now. But it's time for the pit party. Come on down, meet your favorite rider, get your raffle tickets, and don't forget also to get your souvenir t-shirt. But first, before we send it to break, Jamie caught up with a special guest just a few moments ago.
When you come to California, you never know what racers you're going to run into. Ryder DeFrancisco, one of the up-and-coming riders in the 250 class over in the Supercross category of things. For you to come out to Flat Track, you grew up around here. Now to come back with your experience, what do you think of what these guys do?
Yeah, it's crazy. My dad and my uncle grew up racing their whole life, and I was kind of born into